Hi, Christian Bland here with Georgia Mortgage Connections. And today I wanted to take a minute to talk about something that carries a lot of stigma, buying a manufactured home. In times when home prices are high, which they have been for a while, we're always looking for affordable housing outlets. Every family deserves a home, but not every family can afford something that's $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. And so we need to look at options that'll help those families get into the homes that will serve their families well. So a good option to think about is manufactured housing. Now, a lot of people are worried about financing manufactured housing, and I understand that. It is a little bit more difficult. But there are basically 7 items that you should be looking at to make sure that these homes can be financed. And they can be financed on pretty much any type of mortgage, conventional, FHA, VA, and even USDA. So yes, there are 100% options available for these types of properties. But we need to think about these 7 items, and it's something that you should talk to your realtor about when you're looking at these properties. The homes need to be built on or after June 15th, 1976. That's the standard date that all lenders will be looking at to make sure it's not prior built. We want to make sure this property is affixed and built onto a permanent foundation. We also want to make sure that the properties have had their hitches and wheels removed. We want to make sure that this property's only been installed one time and not moved to multiple locations, as this will disqualify it for all these financing types. We need to make sure that the titles of the property have been surrendered. So you say, what does that mean? Well, when a manufactured home is completed, it is issued a title, much like a vehicle title. In order for lenders to look at that as being a real property, they want those titles surrendered to the county that it's installed in. Therefore, they know it will never be moved again. We need to make sure that the HUD plates are present on the units. And I say units because most of the time you're looking at a multiple double wide unit or possibly a triple wide unit. Each unit has its own individual HUD plate for identification. They have to be verified before we're able to close. We need to make sure that utilities are available and connected. Sounds a little silly, but you need to make sure that there's available connection for electricity, for gas, for water and sewer. And keep in mind, these properties can be on wells, which is totally acceptable. They can also be on septic tanks. Again, totally acceptable. We just need to verify that the connections are good for each. We also need to make sure that any renovations that have been done to the property, which is not uncommon, have been completed, and make sure they meet local specifications and requirements. Sometimes things can be added that may not meet those requirements. It's very common that they would need an inspection, and it's common that sometimes those things may need to be verified with the county. And then the last thing that you need to keep in mind is it is difficult to find financing for a single wide unit. It is out there. It can be found. It is more work to get those done. Most lenders, such as ourselves, are looking to finance multi-wide units. Double, triple, these are very common. So manufactured housing is a great alternative for housing that can be considered less expensive than what you might get with a stick-built home. You can get more square footage, can sometimes get more land, but we just need to double check and make sure that these items are all present, have been handled, and are verifiable, so you'll have no problems closing on your loan once everything has been completed. Any questions, any help you may need, please give us a ring. We would love to help you with this process. We'd love to make your dreams of homeownership come true. Thank you so much.